If you are at home right now because you were absent, you can write down this right now, ask me about exponents later on, and we're moving on. Track the boards. Flip the page to the aim. That was 64. This one was just 100. If you didn't get that last answer, I said it out loud, but I did not write it. 3B should just be 100. Okay, track the boards. When I say all hands, what's the aim? You're going to listen for the number, then give that many dust taps, strong confident hand to start the lesson. What's the aim? All hands on 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I need a strong hand, row 2, I'm missing 1. Strong hands like this, not like this. I want to see your hand throughout this lesson. Please tell me the aim. Heather.
Understand order of operations.
And what does swabot mean again? That weird thing that kind of sounds like someone slapping something viciously. Chica? What does swabot stand for?
Students will be
Able.
able to.
Yeah, it's what you're going to do before you leave. Yeah, Chico? Okay. Were you going to ask about bathrooms? Okay, I'm going to remind you because I told you I would. You get 2 a week. A few of you have already used 2. The third time is going to be a bronze problem at recess. So right at lunch, you'll stay in here for a bronze problem. If you need to go, try to go at PE. If UDEC says no or Mrs. Larkin say no, then talk to me because they should be allowing you to use PE as the restroom break. That's a better use of your time likely. If you have to go in class and you haven't gone twice in the week already, you can go during partner work, independent work at the end of the lesson. If you're going during notes, it's also just automatically a bronze problem if you're missing out on time because I need to fill you in on what you missed. Key players for today are expressions. If you see that word, it just means a math problem. There's a lot of funny math terms that mathematicians use, and they're really just kind of simpler things of what you already know, or more complicated things of what you know. Do. Hold up. 1, 6. Okay. Nice. And an expression has 1 or more. Number. Or operation. So an expression could be 2 plus 2. You guys did something like that in the sprint. An expression could be 5 times 2. Can you not see that? Yeah.
That's not how you spell or.
Or? Dear goodness. Did you already catch an English blender this week? Did you? Did you catch one on Monday or Tuesday? An English blender? Did I tell you about the English blenders? So if I make a mistake, Mr. McAfee taught English 4 years ago, and I got fired. Just kidding. I liked math more. So I changed to math full-time, but I do make English blenders. I'll give you 1 a week. If you catch an English blender, you can say, hey, you spelled this wrong. If I do like 2 a week, like I make a second one, just ignore it. Or just tell me that it's wrong, but I won't actually count it on the board. Yeah.
What you should do is put the blenders in like the problems. Like spell something.
Like actually intentionally?
Yes.
Sure.
And
I sometimes will, but I'm not going to do it intentionally. Order of operations is your second key player. This is a term we're going to use today. If you run out of space, I need to make this a little bit larger. Just right above in this little space here. Order of operations. And we're going to be focusing on order of operations right now. It's a set of rules used to find the value of expressions. You don't need to add to the distraction. If you hear something that's outside that's bothering you, you can usually ignore it. If it's a test and it's really bothering you, let me know, and I'll call that teacher. What are some things in your life where the order matters? Jot down 1 or 2 things. I'm thinking about like when I made my breakfast For me, I really, really am picky about my cereal. So the order matters. I never just like dump milk in the bowl first. That's like weird. And then cereal second.
first.
No way. Cereal first and then milk. What if some other things just in your life where order matters? Like if it's off, it throws off your day. Yeah.
Brushing your teeth and then eating.
Ooh, yeah.
Don't drink.
Especially like orange juice.
Yes.
No. Yeah. You gotta brush teeth and we'll eat and then brush teeth. Yeah. Brush teeth, then eat is a big no. Yeah, no.
Me and Raylan both pour milk.
You do? All right. Well, you're gonna keep that to yourself because
I don't.
gross. Don't do that. Just kidding. You can do it if you want. Yeah.
That's like
I don't cookies, so
I'm
What-
playing.
what do you do
I'm
with
playing.
cookies?
That's not.
you need to do the ingredients properly.
Yeah. So if you dump like the flour in and then you like
you mix the dry
put the flour. If you're being picky, yeah, there's gonna be like the correct process of dry then wet. But I'm thinking of like I just dump flour in and then I look at the bowl. I'm like, yeah, that's good. I take my little spoon and I like put the flour on the baking sheet. I haven't mixed up sugar or any of the wet ingredients. I put the flour in the oven for like a solid 20 minutes. I take the flour out and I'm like, now I'll add all my ingredients. Gross cookie, won't work. That order definitely matters. Here's your takeaway: is order matters in life. It also matters in math. If you do something in math that's the wrong order, and you might think like, yeah, that could work because it's just a number and it actually gives me an answer. If you do it out of order, the entire thing could be off. Like brushing teeth, then eating orange juice, it just has a weird taste. Whatever, you could have the pulp kind and like it's like the really chunky. All right, get back. 3, 2, 1. When you think of order of operations.
Orange juice makes me feel
It's like
Voices off. 3, 2, 1.
yeah, it's like the inner order.
Thanks for respecting our team. When you think of order of operations, you're thinking of a pyramid. You're thinking of a pyramid, and this pyramid was founded by none other than Sam the Caveman. When I was teaching this, I was just kind of throwing down words and making like a paragraph, and in comes, in the same week, Sam the Caveman, just in a flashlight, goes in back row 4, and he yells up and says, "Pyramid of Gemdas." He even has a flag with the pyramid of it, and I was like, what? And he has this written on the pyramid. Make a pyramid next to example 1. G stands for grouping. If you put a P in there and thought of PEMDAS, it's a little bit different. Parentheses was more like the 3rd, 4th, 5th grade way of doing order of operations. We do grouping in 7th and 8th. Then you have E. This is your exponent. On the same line is M and D. We multiply and divide from left to right. And on the last part is A and S. We add and subtract. That is the order from top to bottom. Looking at number 1, evaluate 12 minus 2 times 4. When I'm looking through my pyramid, I'm looking for anything that's grouped together. Does it have parentheses, or is there a division bar that is grouping 2 or more things together? I don't see anything, so I'm going to move on to E. Are there any exponents, those funny little numbers at the top right? Silent yes, silent no. No, there's none, so I'm going to move down to multiplication and division. From left to right, do you see anything that's multiplying or dividing?
Yeah.
Yeah, what numbers are multiplying and dividing? Yeah. 2 and 4, but be careful. This 2 is what type of number? Good or bad guy?
Bad.
Turn and talk to your partner, explain why I go.
Minusing 12.
Riley, you're a lead. You already got homework from Topanga got it for you, so you can check with her. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. When you hear the bell after turn talk, I should see eyes here, voices off. Thanks, row 2. Turn all the way, so you're ready to roll all the way. Thanks. What was that 2? Was that a good guy or a bad guy, Braden?
That was a bad guy.
It was a bad guy. So when I rewrite it, -2 times 4 is actually -8. This became a -8. Bring down the 12, and I have one final thing to do. Add or subtract, no, a talking one. 12 minus 8 whole class. 12 minus 8 whole class
4.
is 4. That is your answer. That is the pyramid of GEMDAS at its easiest. You will likely not see something that easy on the test. It's going to more look like something like B. Evaluate 7 plus 60 divided by 3 times 5. I'm looking for anything that's grouped together. Is there something grouping in this problem? Josh? What's grouped together? Those parentheses are grouped because they have parentheses on either side. 3 times 5 is 15. Write 15 below it. And then I'm going to copy everything except for the parentheses. Since I already solved the grouping, I don't need to put 15 in parentheses. 15 goes here. Bring down the 7 and the plus 60 next to it. Everything still has the same signs. I'm looking through, and there's no more grouping. I go to exponents. Do you see an exponent? No, so go down to multiply and divide. Do you see multiplication or division?
Yes.
Yes. Cooper, what is being multiplied or divided?
60 divided.
Okay, 60 divided by 15 in my head. I'm thinking that's a really big number. Raise your hand if you have an idea of what that could be. What times 15 is 60? Nice, a lot of mental athletes in here. Go ahead. It's 4. You could double check it if you're unsure. And this is kind of one of these that I have to guess and check. And it does become 60. So put 4 right below 60 divided by 15. Bring the 7 down. What is 7 plus 4, Kiana? That's my final answer. It's 11. I'm done with multiplying and dividing. I go to add and subtract, and that is correct. You're going to try 1, 2, and 3. When there's a you try section, we might start together. I might just say go. Right now we're going to start as a team. You're doing 1, 2, and 3 on your own with the best of your ability. If you're stuck on one, just circle it. Pencil up. Finish 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to put your pencil down, showing me you're done. Go. You're doing this independently, row 4. And your pencil's down if you're done. And it should look like your notes. Perfect. Cold call 1, 2, and 3. If you aren't sure, we'll work it out on the board. If you get it wrong, remember blunders are expected. We're not laughing, we're not making fun of somebody, we're actually supporting them because blunders is how we learn. Give me the answer to number 1, please, Chico. Chico, number 1.
So you times 7 times 5, which is 35, and then you bring down the 3.
Good.
Which is 38.
If you got 38, give yourself snaps. If you didn't, fix it right now. A few of us are fixing blunders. Beautiful. Number 2, what's the answer first? Jonah.
Okay, 2.
8 divided by 4. Do parentheses first. It is 2. Last problem, silent hand. What's number 3? Raylan.
So, first you have to do 6 times 15. Or I did first I did 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And then bring that down. And then I did 6 times 15, which I haven't finished.
Okay, 15 times 6 out in hand if you got that, Kiana.
95. I mean,
90 works. What sign is in front of the 5? What sign is in front of the 5? Was that a good guy or a bad guy, Ty?
Bad guy.
Beautiful. So it should be 90 minus 5. What's my final answer? I'll cold call Aubrey. Final answer.
85.
Good. That is it. Example 2. One slight twist. That pyramid of GEMDAS had everything except for exponents, those 3 problems you just did. Now we're going to get into something with exponents. When you see a problem like this, I'm still thinking GEMDAS, grouping, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. What is the first thing I do in A? Brayden.
You're gonna add 7 plus the 2, but there's the exponents there.
Because there's a group with a 2 to the 3rd, I cannot add 7 and 2. So I have to pause when I go to this part, and you're correct. I'm going to actually do the exponent right now. Because I can't add 7 and 2 to the 3rds, I have to simplify this first. That is the only time I'll flip that exponent. Josh? 2 to the 3rd is what? Okay. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. If you could do that mentally, that's great. If you're a little bit new to exponents, write this on your paper. 2 repeating 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. That is correct. Bring down the 30 and the times 6. I just did the exponent so I could add 7 plus 8 is the next step because it's a group. What's 7 plus 8 whole class? 7 plus 8 is whole class. 15, bring it down. I did grouping. I did an exponent. Is there addition and subtraction left over? No. I skipped a level. Multiply and divide. Is there multiplication and division? Correct. Which one do I do first? There's 2 here. Which one do I do first, Ty?
You do multiplication.
Why?
I don't know.
It's because I put it up here, right? I listed it in the pyramid. What do you notice, though, about this level? The m is first, and so I'm thinking, yeah, I kind of agree with Ty. We could do multiplication first. Cooper, what do you notice? They're on the same what?
They're on the same line.
They're the exact same line. Aaron, do you have something to add to that?
So since they're on the exact same line, you have to do them from left to right.
Beautiful. If this is on the same line, they're basically equal. You're going to look at it like a book, and I'm going to read from the left to the right of my problem. What is first when I read it left to right? It's division. 30 divided by 15 is what? Silent hands. Parker. 2. Put a 2 right here. We can squeeze it in. Then bring the times 6 down. That's the last thing we're doing. 2 times 6 is whole class?
12.
12 is your answer. Last one, then you're on your own. 16 plus 5 squared minus 7 divided by 3. What do I do first? Pyramid of GEMDAS tells me to focus on what, Ace?
5 times 5, the exponent.
Beautiful. Because I can't do 5 squared minus 7, those are not simplified numbers yet. I need to go to the exponent. 5 squared is what, Ace?
5.
What's 5 squared?
25.
5 times itself, not 5 times 2, is 25. Rewrite it, board to paper. Last one, make sure your notes look exactly like mine. Okay, so I have the 25, I have the 7 right there. What's my next step? Baylor.
You're going to divide, or no, you're gonna subtract 25 minus 7.
Beautiful, it's in a group, so I'm going to do 25 minus 7. What is that? Sabrina? Yeah. The group is done, so you're going to leave the parentheses off. Bring down the 16, bring down the 3. What's my next step, Rafe? Rafe, what's my next step?
You are going to divide 18 by 3.
What is it?
The answer is
Nope.
6.
Oh yeah, that's 6. Good. I thought you were going to skip a step. I want to give that to a scholar. Georgia, what's my answer?
So then it'd be 22.
Beautiful. You are done with the pyramid of Gemdas. You have one final answer. You did not brush teeth before eating orange juice. You have a nice, complete answer. Try 4 and 5 on your own. Go. Missing 1 in row 3, or are you already done? Okay. Get practice. That's how you're going to get better.